I'm out here in Calhoun County, and there has been some awful flooding in this area. As you can see behind me, this is actually a road. It's not a pond or lake or anything like that. 6 feet is the distance that people are saying you need to stay away from others in order to do proper social distancing. This is such a heartwarming story. That same man came through this line to get his own box of groceries, and today he had the opportunity to donate $10,000 to this organization. What we know now is that there was one person inside the house when the accident happened, and then there were only 2 people living in there at the time. Now, as you can see behind me, this is actually the mother's home of the victim, and then over here are the remnants of the house. This is exactly the location of where that man fell last night. Now, there are 2 things to note here. One is that there is no designated sidewalk alongside this busy street, and then 2, that this area is completely congested with vehicles going through. 23,000 told to evacuate after flames swept through California last night. The wildfire hitting the northern Los Angeles area, closing portions of at least 3 major freeways. Future Ole Miss player Morgan O'Connor says her mother is the reason she began playing.
She just kind of put me in it because I was, very active, and then I realized that I was kind of good at it, and just her pushing me is really what made me want to play more.
The summer before O'Connor began high school, her mother, Jennifer, was diagnosed with brain cancer, changing the then 14-year-old's life forever.
A lot of things changed, not with just her taking me to soccer, but just like her being there for me. Once you have so many brain surgeries, you're just not the same person that you were.
Although she remains O'Connor's inspiration.
When you feel like quitting, you're just like, do it for her, do it for the people who, have always believed in you.
O'Connor's grandmother, Kathy, moved from Memphis to Oxford in order to take care of Jennifer, Morgan, and her sister, Bailey.
She's definitely my best friend. She's turned into my mom since my mom is a lot different. It's just kind of like she is my mom now, and when I need something, I can just turn to her. Beginning in July, Mo O'Connor will begin her journey here at the University of Mississippi with other freshmen right on this field behind me, staying close to her family and especially her mom. Reporting for Newswatch Ole Miss, I'm Gracyn Ashmore. Yes, I'm standing on County Road 306. Now, this is in Calhoun County, and where I'm actually standing at the current moment is supposed to be a road that leads to these houses over here, but as you can see, this entire land is submerged in water.
If it rains for over a day steady, it floods.
This is what a resident is saying happens to her father's home since Calhoun County, Mississippi has been showered with rain during the month of February. Constance Melton's dad has lived in this neighborhood for over 25 years, and this year, the water flooded his home.
He's either going to have to move where it don't keep getting in his house and running his house after being here for 25 years, or they're going to have to sell, and then ain't nobody going to want to buy a property that floods like that.
The District 4 Calhoun County Supervisor Barney Wade explained the flooding is caused by rich soils eroding into the Yalobusha River, causing it to back up.
The people that live in low-lying areas in town, even though, you say, well, it ain't that low in the summertime, but when you get floods, it backs up into the houses. And that's very devastating.
The city has a dam that prevents water from submerging the town, but the residents experienced severe flooding this time last year. And this year, it's only gotten worse.
It didn't never get to his house like it has this time, but his went in his house this time. If they would clean the creeks out, it wouldn't flood like this.
The river needs to be cleaned out, and not just one time and never look back. I mean, this is something got to be done probably every 10 years. There's an old saying goes, who hollers loudest gets the most, and apparently we ain't hollering loud enough.
This is a nice neighborhood. I'd hate to have to see us move because it floods too much.
Gracyn Ashmore, Newswatch, Ole Miss.